Hello everyone, I am Monica from IELTS 9. So make sure at the end, please subscribe, like and do comment on my channel. So this reading was part of 13 January 2024 IELTS exam that was held in India. So this reading can be repeated anywhere in this world. So topic was relating to globalization and industrialization kind of thing. So here I have got only this kind of reading statement, this kind of reading passage. Here you can see the vast expansion on international trade, and the whole passage is about globalization. From here to here they are talking about. Okay, so but here what is main important thing to consider here? See this here, difficult type of questions are there. Which section contains the following information? Now you will say how it is difficult. I will tell you how it is difficult. And second type of question is true false not given. Third is complete the summary using the list of words. So this is not simple complete the summary. You have to find synonyms also for the main thing you have got in the passage, and you have to do paraphrasing of that synonym of that words that is available in help box. So how it is difficult, I will tell you. So here first type of question for this reading, what we have, which section contains the following information. So 1, 2, 3, 4, in fact 5 options are there, 5 information are there, and 9 paragraphs are there. Okay, so here it is difficult to select for 9 paragraphs, 5 options we have to just put, we have to match with paragraphs. Okay, make sure here it is not written and you can use any letter twice, so that is not given. It means one option for one paragraph will come. Okay, so this is not like list of headings, so that every paragraph will get option, will get headings. No, here this is opposite. Less piece of information, less questions, and paragraphs are more. Now we need to read it carefully. Yes, first type of question I will be doing this, and then when you will be doing this first type of question, please make sure when because we have to read all paragraphs, make sure for this type and for this type of question you will be doing your homework by doing just underline the keywords, circle the keywords, just make it different differentiation between these keywords. Okay, so I will just start my reading with this question, and of course I will be reading it one by one, trying to understand the meaning and its keyword. A suggestion for improving trade in the future. Suggestions and future kind of thing, they are always in the last paragraph. So shall we read the last paragraph or shall we read all the options first? Now 14th, the effects of the introduction of electronic delivery. Introduction of the effects of the introduction of electronic delivery. So electronic delivery we have to find. Electronic word is here important, and its delivery. Okay. The same cost involved in transporting a product from abroad or from the local supplier. 16th, the weakening relationship between the value of cost and the cost of their delivery. Okay, value, price of the goods, and cost of their delivery. Delivery charges and the price, less difference between these two things. Okay, the rate of industry growth. So rate means some percentages, some figures may be there about industrial growth. Okay, now we have read. Let's read for 13th number. I told you this may be in last paragraph, so 90% this is in last paragraph. So here in America, the period of huge productivity gains in transportation may be almost over, but in most countries the process still has far to go. State ownership of railways and airlines, regulations of freight rates, and toleration of anti-competitive practice such as cargo handling, monopolies, all keep the cost of shipping unnecessarily high and deter international trade. Bringing these barriers down would help the world's economies grow even closer. A suggestion, now question says, a suggestion for improving trade in the future. So they are giving suggestion over here. So I will be writing here I. Okay, I for this question. Now second 14th number. Now we have read. Now let's go to A number paragraph. Till the time I am opening A paragraph and the question, please subscribe and like it. Okay. So let's read it. International trade is growing at a startling pace while the global economy has been expanding at a bit over 3% a year. So international trade growing at a startling, growing word is growth is growing here at a startling pace, means high speed, while the global economy has been expanding at a bit over 3% a year. The volume of trade, okay, has been rising at a compound annual rate of about twice that. It means international trade is going at a high speed while the global economy has been expanding a bit 3%, comma, means higher strong side. The volume of trade has been rising. So here trade is industry. The rate of industry growth information is given in this A paragraph. So I will be writing here A. So I am showing you full paragraph and you can also select your answer yourself also. Okay, you can pause the screen. Now B paragraph. Let's read B paragraph also. See this. So what lies behind this explosion in international commerce? Okay, the general worldwide decline in trade barriers. Barriers such as custom duties, import quotas is surely one explanation. The economic opening of the countries that have been minor players is another. But one force behind the export-import boom has passed all but unnoticed: the rapidly falling cost of getting goods to market. Rapidly falling cost of goods to market. Theoretically, in the world of trade, shipping do not matter. Trade shipping cost do not matter, and boom has passed. Rapidly falling cost of getting goods to market. Theoretically, in the world, trade shipping costs do not matter. Goods, once they have been made, are assumed to move instantly at no cost from place to place. Are they talking about the weakening relationship between the value of goods and cost of their delivery? Rapidly falling getting goods to market. No, they are talking about theoretically in the world of trade, shipping costs do not matter. You also decide your answer. I am showing you full paragraph. It is matching or not. They have been made are assumed to move instantly at no cost from place to place. The real world is, however, full of frictions. Cheap labor may make Chinese clothing competitive in America, but if delays in shipment tie working capital and cause winter coats to arrive in spring, trade may lose its advantage. Here these lines I am trying to match, otherwise nothing is matching with any information. See this. You can match it. So I will not go anything, I will not mark anything for this. Let's read C paragraph also. C also, you can start reading it. At the turn of 20th century, agriculture and manufacturing were the two most important sectors almost everywhere. They are talking about 20th century, means history, accounting for about 70% of total output in Germany, Italy, France, 40-50% in America, Britain and Japan. International trade commerce was therefore dominated by raw materials such as wheat, wood, iron ore, commodities such as meat and steel, but these sorts of products are heavy and bulky. Okay, are they talking about electronic delivery? No. This we have got, and 17th also we have got the similar cost product from abroad. No, nothing is there in this paragraph. Now D paragraph. Countries still trade disproportionately with their geographic neighbors. Over time, however, a world output has shifted into goods whose worth is unrelated to their size and weight. Today, it is finished manufactured products that dominate the flow of trade, and thanks to technological advances such as lightweight components, manufactured goods themselves have tended to become lighter and less bulky. As a result, less transportation is required for every dollar's worth of imports. See this. weakening relationship between the value of goods and cost of their delivery. See this, what they have written. As a result, less transportation is required for every dollar's worth of import or export. So as a result, so clearly it is given the weakening relationship between the value of goods, okay, and cost of their delivery. Less transportation is required for every dollar's worth of import and export. So we can just select this D1 with 16th. This also we have done. Now E paragraph. Now see this E paragraph. To see how this influences trade, consider the business of making disk drives for computers. Most of the world's disk drive manufacturing is concentrated in South Asia. This is possible only because disk drives, while valuable, are small and light, so little cost to ship. Computer manufacturers, so electronic kind of thing they are talking to in Japan, will not face any hugely bigger freight bills if they import drives from Singapore and rather than purchasing. Okay, here it is local supplier, domestic market, and Singapore is abroad. So read it again. The similar cost involved in transporting of a product from abroad or local. So here, computer manufacturers in Japan, Texas will not face hugely bigger freight bills if they import drives from Singapore. Singapore is abroad, rather than purchasing them on the domestic product. So this E will come with 15th number. Only now F, this 14th number is, and F paragraph is also left. No, in fact, not only F, in fact 2 paragraphs are also there. So this is even, now read the F paragraph also. This is even more true of the fast growing information industries, films and compact discs. This cost little to transport. Even by aeroplane, computer software can be exported without ever loading it onto a ship. Similarly, by transmitting it over telephone lines from one country to another. So freight rates and cargo handling schedules become insignificant factors in deciding where to make the product. So effects of the introduction of electronic delivery they are talking, because electronic delivery, so don't think that electronic things like earlier in E paragraph they were talking about computer and thing, but computer and things are computer related thing, but here transmitting it over telephone lines, these are known as electronic delivery. Computer software can be exported without ever loading it on a ship, simply by transmitting it over telephone lines from one country to another. So that's why 14th will come with F number. Okay, so what effects they have? They have the effects of introduction of, so less cost to transport, it is there now. Okay, so now we have done these all answers we have got. Only 2 paragraphs are left. Only now it is important, these 2 paragraphs, if the writer has just left for another questions, we will just talk about that also. And first we will be doing true false not given. International trade is increasing at a greater rate. So this was in first paragraph. Then the world economy. If this trade is increasing at a greater rate, so in first line it was given, then the world economy, it is true. And if it is decreasing, then the world economy, it is less than the world economy, then false. And they are not comparing anything with international trade and economy, then not given will be there. So here international trade is growing, is increasing at a startling pace. Okay, but yes, we need to just find the world economy also. While the global economy, means world economy, has been expanding at a bit over 3% a year, the volume of trade has been rising at a compound annual rate of about twice. It means is increasing at a greater rate than the world. Here it is 3%, but this volume of trade has been increasing twice. So it means this answer is true. Okay, now 19th number. cheap labor guarantees. Now cheap labor word, we know it when we were reading it, I think somewhere in next paragraph. We have done our homework, that's why we are getting location. Cheap labor they are talking about here. So let's read it here. Cheap labor guarantees effective trade conditions. If cheap labor guarantees this effective trade conditions, then true. If cheap labor does not guarantee effective trade conditions, then false. And if they are not talking about effective trade conditions and cheap labor also, then not given. So here cheap labor is given. May make Chinese clothing competitive in America, but if delays in shipment, tie up working capital cause winter coats to arrive in spring, trade may lose its advantages. It means cheap labor is not responsible for effective trade conditions. In fact, this shipment is also responsible. It means this is false. Means cheap labor alone is not doing guarantee, is not giving guarantee. That's why it is false. Now next, Japan imports more meat. Japan is important word, and France is also important word to find location, and then we will find whether it imports more meat and steel than France or not. That's more important. Now here in next paragraph they were talking about France also, Japan also. Let's find it. So here Japan, so accounting for about 70% of total in Germany. Agriculture, manufacturing were the two most important sectors, accounting for about 70% total output in Germany, Italy, France, and 40 to 50% in America, Britain and Japan. International commerce was there, dominated by raw materials, wheat or processed commodities such as meat and steel. So here they are not doing any comparison between only Japan and France. So it means I will be just writing it, not given it. Okay. So 21 number question. Most countries continue to prefer to trade nearby nations. So most countries, if they continue to prefer with their nearby nations, means their neighboring countries, then it is true. And if they prefer to do far-flung countries, means distant countries, then it will be false. Okay. So next D paragraph. Here countries they are talking about. See, we are getting locations one by one. Okay, that's more important to understand in true, false, not given. But some readings I have noticed only 1% reading, where you got the answer first you are getting third answer, then you are getting first answer. Only 1% readings we have. So here countries still trade disproportionately with their geographic neighbors. Geographic neighbors means nearby nations continue to prefer to trade with nearby nations. So what does it mean? It is, now decide yourself, it is true. Okay, so just read it how I have selected. Most countries still trade disproportionately with their geographic neighbors. Over time, however, world output has shifted into goods whose worth is unrelated. So now they have started talking about something different. But in first line, they have clearly explained they prefer to do trade with nations. 22nd, small computer components. Now computer components they were talking in next two paragraphs also. See this. Here computer relating things they were talking. So we are looking for small computer components are manufactured in Japan. Okay. If the small computer components are manufactured in Germany, then true. If somewhere else it is manufactured, then it is false. And if they are not talking where small computer components are manufactured, then it is not given. So consider the business of making drives for computers. Most of the world's disk drive manufacturing is concentrated in Southeast Asia. So here Germany is not there, but small computer components we are looking for. Okay, making disk drives for computers. This is possible only because disk drives valuable are small, light, and so small. Okay, small is also there. and so cost little to ship. Computer manufacturers in Japan, Texas will, so Japan is also there. So but they are not talking about, in fact they are not talking any country also. Southeast Asia they are just talking globalization of the disk drive industry. So I will just mark it not given. Okay, now next question. Complete the summary using the list of words. Okay, now what I was trying to tell you before that, now they have left these two paragraphs, G and H. It means fill in the blanks you will get in those two paragraphs. Okay, so don't think that writer has not utilized these two paragraphs. Definitely there must be some purpose for the last type of question. Okay, so let's start this. So here I will be reading modern cargo handling. So methods. So cargo handling is important word. Have had a significant effect on dash as the business of moving freight around the world becomes increasingly streamlined. So let's find this modern cargo handling in G paragraph. Process along behind technological innovations known as containerization or intermodal transportation has led to swift productivity improvement. Moving freight around the world becomes, cargo handling is here. See this improvement in cargo handlings. 40 years ago the process of exporting or importing involved a great many stages of handling which risk option. Okay, the invention of container crane made it possible to load. So modern cargo handling methods have had a significant effect on, okay, a series of technological innovations, so known broadly as containerization and intermodal transportation, has led to swift productivity improvements in cargo handling. So have had a significant effect on as the business of moving freight. So let's find the options first. Try to match according to the sentence also. Modern cargo handling method have had a significant effect on. Tariffs can't come, employees can't come, fares, components, insurance costs. Business of moving freight around the world becomes increasingly streamlined. Container ships, output, freight, trade, insurance, international standards. What we can write here? So cargo handling methods since a series of innovations known as this intermodal transportation has led, this is the effect, has led to swift productivity improvement in cargo handling. Process of exporting and importing trade involved many stages. So here we can just write trade here. Okay, trade, G number here. Now next, manufacturers of computers for instance are able to import from overseas. Now computers relating thing, it was in previous paragraph, rather than having to rely on local supplier, are able to import from overseas. So here overseas is, see this, most of the world's disk drive manufacturing is concentrated in South Asia. This is possible only because disk drives computer manufacturers are there. See this, computer manufacturers in Japan will not face hugely bigger bills, are able to import. What they are able to import? If they import drives, so here drives, what we can use it, drives instead of drives. Tariff also we can't use employees. Computer components, I think we can use it. See this, these words we can't use instead of computer relating things. So components we can use, so B will come here. Okay, now next, full stop here. The introduction of dash has meant that bulk cargo can be safely and efficiently moved over long distances. Now this sentence was in this paragraph. See this, movement of swift productivity improvement, 40 years, great many stages, proportion of shipment. See this, the introduction of, so invention, innovations. So behind the scenes A series of technological innovations known as containerization and intermodal transportation has led to swift productivity improvements in cargo handling. The introduction of Dash has meant that bulk cargo can be safely and efficiently moved over long distances. So here they have known as containerization or intermodal transportation. So container ships are there. That means bulk cargo. So we can just write here C. Okay. So next question is, while international shipping is now efficient, there is still a need for government. So government kind of thing we couldn't come across. It means we need to read last paragraph. To reduce in order to free up domestic cargo sector. Let's read it. So here in last paragraph you can see this. While international shipping is now efficient, there is still need for government. So this kind of thing there, to reduce in order to free up domestic cargo sector. See this. But in most countries the process still has far to go. State ownership of railways and airlines, regulation of freight rates, and toleration of anti-competitive practices such as cargo handling. See, cargo sector they are talking, cargo handling monopolies, all keep the cost of shipping unnecessarily high and deter international trade. Bringing these barriers down, it means while so to reduce what they want to reduce, unnecessarily high and cost of shipping. So here what we can select, tariffs means cost of shipping and all. So nothing else we can just match with. To reduce employees to fares, components, insurance costs, software, trade, international standard, nothing will match, only tariff will come here, A will come here.